There was a time in our lives as children when we were very vulnerable and we expressed our feelings. When those feelings were not received with validation, with support, with loving kindness, with joy, as children, we started to learn very early on that there are aspects of what we are saying that are unacceptable. If that's repeated in childhood over and over, as you can imagine, one would start to shut down. Oftentimes that happened with children. So when they come to adulthood, they have adapted and learned to express themselves in ways that are other than direct, certainly not from an emotional base, and ways that are often outwardly directed as a form of protection. In a relationship that is going to be successful, and when I mean successful and enduring, I mean that is loving and connected, and where two people don't feel lonely under the same roof, then that vulnerability has to surface again. And that vulnerability must be expressed and received by both parties. And it's a treacherous, courageous journey back to that place, and a very necessary one if relationships are going to endure. And I don't mean somebody saying, well, we've been married 60 years or 40 years, and so that's a criteria for a successful marriage. There are many relationships out there that have sustained the test of time, but not sustained the test of true intimacy. And that oftentimes two people under the same roof are very estranged, lonely, unhappy, and they stay together out of comfortable familiarity, but they're not close and they're not intimate. I'm talking about an enduring relationship that fosters true intimacy. So the formula goes like this. When you're communicating with the person that you love, speak about yourself. The first place that a person is likely to not want to go to is to speak about themselves. Some of the reasons why it's difficult to speak about ourselves is because when we speak about ourselves, we're immediately exposed, we're immediately vulnerable. I'm talking about me. That's a very vulnerable place. That can be a vulnerable place. I'm talking about me, and my history as I'm talking about me tells me that somebody from my past has said to me, who do you think you are that you have a right to talk about you? So I'm already bringing in a voice from my history that is a shaming voice that already tells me that I'm somewhere I'm less than, not important. Even though I have something that is valuable and important to say, I'm already up against the voice that's telling me that potentially I don't. So right there, it's very important to work on conjuring and creating another voice here, which is a nurturing voice, that is going to say, you have a right to say whatever it is that you need to say. And I want you to remember that the person that you're going to risk talking to about how you feel or what it is that you want cares about you. That voice needs to be strengthened. The more that voice is strengthened, the less this voice is going to be able to control and dominate you. But it's going to take a conscious effort on your part to reduce this voice that is attempting to shame you or even does shame you, and introduce a voice that is loving and kind and warm and gives you permission to say whatever it is that you need to say to the person that you care about.